Hey there everyone, I'm MKJR, back again with another video, and today I want to show you the Oculus Quest 2. Now this has been one of the most impressive and interesting devices of 2020 for me. In many ways, it's a jack of all trades. It's a video game console, it's a VR headset, obviously, and you can connect it to your computer, and it's also some level of a productivity device with some of its applications giving you multiple screens and a virtual keyboard, which you may or may not have seen ads about. But when this VR headset came out a few months ago, most of the reviews were by Honest Tech Tips, Austin Evans, and the such, and they were all sponsored. And the whole thing was overwhelmingly positive, and your perspective of that may be a little skewed because they were sponsored. As someone that's not sponsored, I can tell you that this is generally a impressive device that is chronically underrated. But for the price of just $300, you'd think hardware-wise they'd cut corners. Now, this is a standalone VR headset. It uses an ARM-based processor similar to one on your phone that's been customized specifically for VR applications, which is needed and actually quite powerful on this thing. It comes with two nearly indestructible controllers. I mean, I've hit these things against every single surface in my house, and there's not one little blemish on the things. And the VR headset itself, the material choice was great. The strap is nice and supportive. It does hurt my head after wearing it for about 2 or 3 hours or doing workouts, but still impressed. Now, when you first put the VR headset on, it gives you a virtual world around you where you set up your own guardian. This is a program where you point out with your controller and you outline the sketch of your room or play space where you're safe to walk around and do your activities in. And it's quite useful, though a little sensitive at times. It shows a grid around you, turning more red as you get closer to it, and it will show your arms going through it at times if it does. And if you step outside of your guardian, it will go into this black and white mode that you start up in the beginning with to make your outline in case you need to do or see something. When you're not directly looking at the screens, there is a little passage of light under here for your nose where you can faintly see stuff like your watch or the world around you, just enough to keep you safe and not too claustrophobic, because that little bit of release is chronically necessary. VR brings the most immersive games I've ever played, and the most immersive experiences that you can get virtually. There's simple stuff like golf, tennis, bowling, and simple stuff like that, and for that, this does phenomenally well in. But when you go to games like Climb or Star Wars Vader Immortal, the world itself is amazing, and it is so captivating, and it is so intoxicating that you get lost in the world and you just want more. The best AAA title for VR is Halfi-life Alyx. Now, for Halfi-life Alyx, you have to do something a little different. You have to hook it up with a USB-C cable. It only gives you a 6-foot USB-C cable in the box. You're gonna have to buy one third party or buy them directly that's 10, 16 feet or longer. That's gonna be necessary. But a game like Halfi-life Alyx is a full AAA title in a dystopian alien world which just oozes character and believability and just awe of this amazing epic. Now, it's games like Halfi-life Alyx that made me truly love the VR experience. Now, there are other games. There's actually a lot of fitness activities. Supernatural comes to mind. That's the one that me and my girlfriend use. And it's a monthly subscription to a workout-based program similar to Beat Saber, but a lot more forgiving with the gameplay and a lot more focused on squats and lunges to get your heart rate going up so you burn more calories. But one serious note, when it comes to audio, the built-in audio is fine. They come off of the speakers right here, but for anything music-based like Beat Saber and Supernatural, I do highly recommend getting an aux cable for your headphones or some cheap little headset to make it sound much better. The VR headset itself actually has programs in it like Oculus Move that track how active you've been and tries to promote you to be healthy. And similar to consoles like the Wii, which tend to always kind of emphasize fitness with it, The VR experience does that the best, mainly because it's truly wireless. There's no need to connect it to a powerful computer, especially if you even have one, because being truly wireless gives you the ability to have more flexibility and range of movement that you just don't have with a cable-based VR headset like the HTC Vive. The HTC Vive, for example, it's one of its direct competitors or nearest competitors, has to have towers in the room, and a big room at that, to see where you can be at, and you move along accordingly with a cable tethered. This is truly independent with its own batteries set by you with nothing else. No installation, no nothing. Your space is wherever you want it. Your room, your closet, a different room, the garage, the front yard, backyard, if your neighborhood's okay with that part, or just wherever you have space and time. This is truly versatile to just where you're at and very forgiving in that respect. Now, to me, truly, the Oculus Quest 2 is a game console. It's not a PS5, it's not an Xbox One X or S. It doesn't have the AAA games that you play multiplayer versions of for hours and hours at end. This does best with very fun theatrical events that just give you a ton of immersion and put you in a world you've always wanted to be in, like Star Wars, or it does well with very simple games. Its best games, for me, is Top Golf and Beat Saber, which is literally beating blocks to a song and playing golf, and sometimes online at a drive range or just putt-putt on these imaginary courses. But what's most impressive to me about the Oculus Quest 2 is that it's $300. Now, $300 is a serious purchase. That's nothing to laugh at. That is something to take in mind. That is not too inexpensive. But this model right here, the $300 model, is the 64 gigabyte model. And 64 gigabytes you'd think would run out crazy fast. It doesn't. I have like 10 games on this thing. Every single game is hundreds of megabytes or a gigabyte or two. It's great. I'm not forced to upgrade it if I need to. I don't have to pay a monthly service like Xbox and PlayStation to play my games online, which this does have some online games like VR Chat, for example, or there is actually a Battle Royale game available and so much more. Honestly, I've been most surprised by how many people have fallen in love with this VR headset. I brought my dad on Star Wars and he just yelled and screamed and had a smile glued on his face playing the game. And I did too. And a lot of people that were skeptical of it once you play with it tend to like it to one extent or another. I think it has a wow factor, it has a novelty factor that hasn't been around since the Wii for gaming devices. And that's exactly what I think this device is. If you ever had a Wii or are familiar with it, it wasn't the best console for the newest games, but it had very unique games like Wii Sports and Legend of Zelda for an epic, similar to Halfi-life Alyx, though that is an odd connection. Those experiences are similar to this. It gives you a unique perspective, it gives you fitness, it gives you very fun environments, which the most simplest games just are funner than some sort of shooter or whatever new flavor of the month the game is. The worst thing about that, though, is that this isn't necessarily a standalone entertainment device. If your choice is a PC, a PS5, an Xbox, or Oculus, and that's the only thing you can choose, I wouldn't recommend this. There's just not enough variety there to be the only device you have. So being this generation's Wii, it does have a bit of a niche market. If this seems fun to you and interesting, I'm pretty sure you're gonna like it a lot. But if it seems dumb and you just want to play Call of Duty, then this just isn't for you whatsoever. I just think it's a great value. It is a fantastic experience, and it's a whole hell of a lot of fun to have. And honestly, I just love the thing. But anyways, thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, please consider subscribing to the channel. I intend to upload at least bi-weekly for all of 2021 this year. And if you have any questions down below about the Oculus Rift or anything about it in general, please comment down below. I do try to check on them semi-frequently, and I'll get to you if you have any questions, okay? Anyways, thank you for watching. See you later.